Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be creating this really fun and easy faux freckles look, whichever one it is. We're going to be creating it today. It is super simple to achieve in comparison to what you might think, and I think it is a super fun way to make your makeup or your outfit look a little bit different and to give yourself some freckles if it is not something that you have naturally. I've just zoomed you guys in a little bit for this part because I felt like you would want to see close up what I was actually doing. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this together. Now, the faux freckles are actually so much easier to do than you would think. Like when I first did it, I was like, okay, what am I doing here? But then you quite quickly realize that you just kind of like play around and make it work. So I tend to circulate the freckles on the nose area and like just surrounding the nose, and then one or two dots in other places. I do have one or two freckles, but those are kind of covered up by foundation now. You can see one or two here, one or two there. So we're just gonna kind of put a little bit more freckles in. What we're gonna be using today is Catrice Long Lasting Brow Definer, which I'm going to be using to do the dots. I've also got this small little, the smallest little brush ever from Studio, a little bit of brown eyeliner in this little pot. So this is really small. I'm just going to dip it in there. I've just got a couple of things for variation, like slightly different colors. And then what I also sometimes like to do is to take like a color like this, which is more of a kind of a brown, would you call this, like closer to like a tan, more of like a reddy brown than the other browns that we've used, just to give like a little bit of extra dimension. And to wet my brush, I use setting spray, and then at the end, just to make it look more natural, I'm just going to pat it down as well as pop on a little bit of bronzer in that area. So the first thing that we're going to grab is the brow liner from Catrice, but there are a bunch that you can get. NYX have quite a few good ones, and we're just going to kind of randomly start dotting on the face. You want to kind of try like vary the sizes, the shapes of them, obviously keeping them kind of round, as that is the most like realistic way of doing it. Just keep kind of dotting a few about the show. Don't really worry if you're like, oh my god, wow, one's too dark. Like one, let me turn you guys down because you can't really see. Yeah, that's a little better. If you're like down here, I was like, whoa, that one's dark. Don't really worry too much about it. We will go and fix those up. The reason why I have not put the bronzer on first is because it will make it more difficult to put this on over powder. Okay, so see, that one went a little bit ham, but I'm just gonna like tap it down because it's annoying me now. Okay, as you can see, these are the dots that I have on my face right now. They're not really looking that realistic because they're still quite like bold. They're not really blended into the skin. Some of them are like slightly, you know, the wrong shape right now. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and just kind of like press down on them a little bit. I find that this helps to make them like slightly more blended into the skin. It kind of helps to also like decrease their intensity, as you'll probably see. Kind of like just as I'm doing it, I'm taking it and like twisting it a little bit on some of them to like push it into the skin. Okay, so then you guys will see that that is looking a little bit more natural now. So these are quite brown toned. I am going to get some of this more reddy tone and put some more little dots on Just so that it's quite like pigmented and not powdery, I'm just going to spray with setting spray onto the little brush. There we go. And just going to be dipping this ever so lightly into this brown shade. This palette is just from the Neutrals range from Primark. So we are using this shade over here. Obviously, the shades are going to be different for everyone depending on your skin tone. Actually, for this video, I was thinking like maybe I'll try get a new product, but I was thinking I might as well just do it, you know, with what I've got, because that's what I do anyway. When I was trying to look for one, why is there nothing like red toned or like more auburny? For people that have natural red hair or even just red hair, they have like minimal options of like eyebrow products and stuff because there was just like such limited stock. Your girl was not impressed. Okay, I've just very lightly dipped this in. And you can probably see that like such a small amount is really going a long way. Also, if you need to get like some inspiration, like you like have no idea how you want your freckles to look, just look at a picture of how someone's freckles are. Typically speaking, and this is not to say that this is like the norm, but typically speaking, not too many of the freckles go like actually onto the eye and like in certain places on the nose. Like standard, if it's like a subtle freckles, they'll fall a lot gather on the side of the nose, I have personally noticed. So just dipping back into the product and getting a little bit more, just trying to get in some variation. While that one is a little bit extreme. Now I'm just going to be going back in with the same beauty blender and just kind of pressing into those a little bit more. Particular this little one down here, it's very bold. And like, don't be afraid to try it, and if you don't like it, it's very easy to just like fix it up or take it off. It's kind of like one of those practice things to make it looking more natural. This is kind of how it's looking at the moment. As you can see, some are darker than others, some are slightly different shades, and some are like different shapes, and I think that that helps it to look a little bit more natural. And obviously, like, girl, you do as many freckles as you want to do, or you just like do whatever look that you want, because there are no rules with makeup. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, and I feel like this really helps to make the freckles look more natural, is we're gonna put a little bit of bronzer across the top. You guys will see what I mean. So for that, we're just going to be using another trusty Primark palette, because I actually use a surprising amount of Primark eyeshadows. This is the Ultimate Face product. As far as I know, this is discontinued, but I'm so sad about it. Like, Primark, I know you're not watching this, but you need to like bring this back, because I use this. This is my most used palette, like literally, and I would buy it again if I saw it again, because I need to like stock up on these. I feel like this is a good dupe for like the NYX face palettes, except with some eyeshadows included, which is quite nice if you need to grab one thing and go. This has got highlighters, scalp, eyeshadow, it's got everything. Okay, so I've just got my Real Techniques powder blur like powdering brush. It's kind of dirty right now, not really a vibe. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna kind of dip it into this color, and then get my little mirror back. I'm gonna start gently by just tapping this into like the center of the nose. I've chosen quite a big brush. I just really like this brush. Probably wasn't necessary. Just kind of building this up rather than going straight in as if it was like as if you were doing your bronzer, because you don't want to have like a big line. You want to kind of have like diffused brown, almost like the sun, you know, has come here, kissed you, and given you these cute little freckles. Okay, I just want to focus a little bit more of this onto the actual nose, so I'm just going to be grabbing, this is like a little angled brush. This is a great brush. Woo! It's from the Body Shop, but it's also an evil brush because I don't know what it is about it, but it gets so much product at once. So you have to be really careful. So I'm just going to very gently dip this in. Very gentle. I'm even scared now. And I'm just going to slowly tap this onto either side because I feel like that bigger brush didn't really get in there as well. Okay. Okay. Now, looking at this now, I'm quite happy with that. I feel like it looks quite cute and it's quite bright for you guys to see on camera, but it's pretty like bronzed up. I feel like I don't really want to put too much more than this or your girl gonna be looking burnt. Okay, so that is kind of that. I just want to make one or two of them slightly darker on the sides. So I'm just going to grab that little brush again. If you're wondering, yes, this does have eyelashes in it. Ratchet ass eyelashes. Bang. I have two of these little like lash boxes from Primark. They're really good. And also I'm thinking of doing a lash cleaning video if you guys want to see that, because by jolly do some of them need a clean. Okay, so just going to be dipping back into that other shade. If I can get into it. Got a lot. Ever so slightly want to darken some of these up. I feel like some of them slightly got lost underneath the powder. Sorry if a couple of times I might have blocked you guys off unintentionally. I do apologize for that. I sometimes get really into it and then don't realize that you guys can't really see. Okay, I'm liking that a little bit more. Just going to quickly go over these little ones on the side, and that is that. Let's turn you guys right down to give you an idea of kind of how the little bad boys look. I feel like Pippi Longstockings because I also have these little braids on. Just feel like with the dark setting you guys can see a little bit better how the freckles are looking. I didn't really do too much on the end, also because I put my highlight there and I didn't really want to redo that, although you can put some over it if you want to. I could probably have some a little bit more on the top, but you can see this kind of flush look makes it look like slightly more natural if I just turn you guys back up. And there we go, there you have it. So boys and girls, that was my very quick and easy tutorial on how to get fake freckles, if that is a little look that you want to go for. I feel like this has been super cute for the summertime and something that I have gone for quite a bit to just give like a little bit of something different to a look, and I feel like it is pretty cute and fun for the summertime. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up so that I know to do similar videos like this again, and subscribe to join the Sab fam if you want to see more videos. I upload 2 videos every week. We would love to have you as part of the little Sab family. Until next time boys and girls, love you so much and thanks for watching. Bye.